Hey guys, it's Mrs. C here with Cycle 3, Week 15. This is approximately the 6th time I have tried to record this. This is what happens when I try to record videos early. I had crying babies. Most it was the baby's fault, now that I think about it. Crying, getting into things. I did have a lot of children in the background at one point. Forgot to have grabbed something for the video at another point. Anyway, you don't need to know my problems, but I'm recording this early because I'm going out of town this weekend, so I won't be at our community day. I will be having a sub and wanted to get this out for her and for you guys, so we will jump right into geography. For geography this week, we have the Great Lakes. If you notice in your guide, they have them listed and the first letters underlined so that it spells out HOMES, which is a great acronym for memorizing them. I've also used and heard Superman helps everyone. And that's nice because it goes from left to right with the lakes and names them in order. So it might be a little easier to remember that one when you are memorizing which lake is which, but then you do have to actually know the names that correspond with that acronym. So anyway, you can use whichever one you want. Use both of them. Last time through the cycle, we also had Niagara Falls in this week, and I sing it to the tune of 10 Little Indians, I think. So there's probably a way to add it into a song, but since I've taken it out, it kind of killed my tune. So this time through, I decided that I would just use the Superman helps everyone, and I have these fun little party dinos that I found at Target in the party favor section. They were in a bag of, I don't know how many were in a bag. I only have 7 or 8 left now because my children like to play with all of my props. But anyway, so I'm gonna have them use these. When I use these guys, we will like have them give a high five to each lake, or I'll have them do a headstand on it, or I might have them do like a kiss on each lake, and we just go and we name all the different lakes. So that will be geography. For timeline, we have Japan's isolation is what we're gonna be started off with this week. So for Japan, I can't remember if we've done Japan before or not, but you're gonna kind of take your fingers and make kind of this crescent shape is what I call it. It's kind of showing the shape that Japan is, and they're over here all by themselves. So you're gonna take one finger and just kind of rotate it around out here. So then we have Jamestown, Plymouth Colony. In the timeline, they do this because they were looking for gold in Jamestown. I personally, this is the only one that I purposely changed. I just do a J to remember Jamestown because we do gold for like, I don't know, gold was apparently really important throughout all of time because we do it in almost every week, I feel like. So if you want to do official, do gold. I'm going to do a J in our family. So Jamestown, and then for Plymouth, we're going to make P's. A P looks like a peace sign, but you're going to touch your thumb to your middle knuckle. We're going to do that in both hands, and we're actually going to draw out those amazing pilgrim collars that they wore, the big square white ones. So that is Plymouth Colony, and then we're going to do Founded. Okay. Then we have Age of Enlightenment, sorry. So for Enlightenment, we're going to have one hand, and it was just really, like, we're really thinking about a lot of stuff then. Apparently before then we didn't think at all, but now we're really thinking. So we're just going to take our hands and just kind of go like this, like our brain's really spinning, we're thinking about things. You're just going to use one hand. If you use two, this is Wonder, which is what we do at the very beginning of our timeline. And so we're just going to use one hand for that. So Age of Enlightenment. If you would like to do the numbers, because there is time to do that, you can do 16. So I think we did this last week. This is your middle finger. You're going to rub that against your thumb. 16 and 50 is 50. So we have 16, 50, and then we have to 1818 is that right? 16. This is 16. This is 18. Sorry. 16, 50 to 18, and 18 is going to be your ring finger. You're going to rub that one. C for 100. Okay, I think that's right. You might want to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So, all right, I definitely know this is 1800. Okay, if you'd like to sign that, you don't have to sign that. You don't even have to say that when you're doing it for Memory Master. You do not have to say the time periods, but they're in the song, so a lot of kids will do them. For Hudson's Bay Company, we're going to do an H, and then we're going to do a sign, which if you watch the amazing lady who does the explanations, she says that the sign that they're doing is they are doing this, and this is supposed to be like the land, and then you're going to make a B for the bay, and you're showing that this is the water that's up against the land for the bay. She also says in the video that that is not a sign that they typically use in American Sign Language, so you probably won't see that anywhere else, but that is what they're using. So again, we have our hand, flat palm like this facing you, other palm going to make a B, and we're just going to kind of carve out that area that is the water and land that makes the bay. Okay, so Hudson's Bay Company. And then we have first, and when you do different places, you don't just hold up a 1, you kind of shake it back and forth so we know that it's a number and not a letter or something else. So we have first. Great. And we're going to close our eyes for this and open, and we're also going to take our fingers and kind of pinch and open. First Great Awakening. And then we have classical period of the arts. The classical period was very much about everything being in order. So we're going to sign order, which is like this, and we're just going to kind of sign it over and over as we sing classical period of the arts. And then 7 Years War. 7, we are going to, this is 7, I believe. Okay, 7 is your middle finger and this one. So this is 7, but you don't rub them. That's for teen. So 7 Years War. You can sign years. You don't have to sign years. But if you'd like to sign years, because it does draw out. So the 7 years, you kind of take one fist around the other to show the earth going around the sun. So 7 years. And then war, as we've done before, is kind of this fighting back and forth like that. So sorry if those were confusing. They're a little more complicated, I feel like, this week. But there is our timeline motions. Ideas for a timeline. I try to just rotate through a few things because I also want to get the hand signs in there, because my class, we have a lot of people who haven't done CC before, haven't seen the hand motions. So I like to take a minute to go over those. But you can hide them around your room. You can take them and have each kid hold one and try to get them in order really fast. You can have them and you put them out of order and then have them help you put them back in order. You can lay them out on the table, take one away and see if they can figure out which one. Take 2 away, see if they can figure out which one. I've seen where people do kind of they call it, I think they call it Battleship, where they have their cards laid out and they have a mark, like put just a little sticker on the back of certain cards. And as they go through the timeline, the kids try to pick which one they think is one of the Battleship cards. And if they get it, then that's awesome. They're trying to get them all. So there's all different ways to do the timeline. If you don't have the cards, that's okay. Just sing through it, play musical chairs with it, all different ways to do timeline. So anyway, that's my soapbox for today. I'll get off of it now. So I'm going to go on to science. For science this week, we have What Are Some Parts of an Atom? I love the song for this because it's to the tune of the Addams Family. So we're going to sing the Atoms Family. It is slightly out of order than what they have listed in the guide. Again, when you have things listed in the guide, the kids do not have to say it in the order that it is in the guide. They do need to say all of them, but they don't have to say it in the order. So if you find that it's easier for when you're doing it in class or for your child to learn it, you can switch those up. So our song goes, there's neutrons and there's protons, nucleus and quarks, electrons and there's leptons, the Atoms Family. Da, 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 da. And anyway, I said in the last video, I just want to keep singing, and you can just keep singing it over and over until your kids get it. So I'll sing it again a little more slowly for you. So if you're writing it down or you want to also sing it, and because it is out of order. So there's neutrons and there's protons, nucleus and quarks, electrons and there's leptons, the Atoms Family. So neutrons, protons, nucleus, quarks, electrons, leptons. That's the order that song goes in. So that's what we will be doing for science. For Latin, I am going to use my voice cards. These are new-ish ones. They're not really new to me, but I haven't really used them this year. They have all kinds of different fun ones on here. My favorite that my kids just adore is Volcano Words, which you don't have to have cards to do these. They're just easier to use. But I am also using the King Things song. So we usually listen to that in our morning assembly, and then we also listen to it during review normally. So, but because we only have one phrase, I might play it again, at least up until what we're learning this week, play that for them in class. So we have omnia per ipsum factum sunt. So in English, if I was to translate that literally straight from the Latin, it would be all by him were made. So you might want to point that out to the kids. I don't have my board in here because I left it there for the sub, but I like to coordinate the words. So just point out to them that words in Latin are switched around different than they are in English. And then we'll just go through with the voice cards. I let each kid pick a card and we'll say it in our different voices in Latin and in English. So, for history, let's see, let me find her name. Kristen Del Mol. I think I'm saying her name right. If I'm not, I'm sorry. She made these awesome, they are hand-drawn history sentence cards. So you can print them and cut them out, and she has them on the tutor page. I'm not sure if she also posted them on like a parent page or anything like that, but they are available. They aren't on CC Connected, so you can print them and hand them out to parents in class if you prefer to do that. I know we're gonna have 6 kids in class because my son won't be there, so we'll have an even number. So I printed 3 sets and I'm gonna let them work in pairs, and they're going to mix them up and put them in order as we sing through and say the history sentence. So they are super cute. She does such a great job. They're pretty much just straight word pictures. So they're fairly easy for the young ones to kind of read through and put in order. The only one that I wasn't sure about that I think I figured out, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, was we have the word, this one, which is some people sing, it was just like, a lady singing, and I was trying to figure out where that is. And I think it's supposed to be opera to get you to the word opportunity. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So if you see that and you're curious about that, I'm pretty sure that's what that card is. So again, we're just going to hand these out. I'll say the sentence, or my sub will say the sentence, and then we'll let them put them in order and say the sentence as we get it in order. So that is history. Again, that was Kristen Del Mol, and I definitely know they're on the tutor page. They're in the files section, and she also has a post about them, so you can search her name. Then for math, last time I was trying to do something different than just steps, and I did padding on the legs, but this time I'm just gonna let them step again because I was looking through as I plan. I try to look at what am I singing for? What do I not have an idea for? Am I moving anywhere? And I don't really have any movement so far, so I'm gonna use math for movement again. I'm gonna do what we did last week because they loved it and it was fun and easy. So all we did is we start off with teeny tiny steps and teeny tiny voices. So we'll say 10 millimeters equals 1 centimeter. 100 centimeters equals 1 meter. 1,000 meters equals 1 kilometer. And then we'll go back and we'll do it over and over again. I am not above repeating things that they like. It makes my job easier. So if they like something, go with it. Let's see, for English, I think that's our last one. So for English, it's to write. There's so many different things you can do with to write. Last time I gave them a colored pencil and a piece of paper and had them just make quick lines while I said to write all the way through, and then had them pass the paper and then the other person wrote on it. So at the end we had these papers with all these different colored lines and things all over them, which was fun and cute. So you could also have them lay underneath the table and write not on the bottom of the table, but have paper and write up under the table if you want to. You could have them just trace their name or a word. I mean, it's to write. There's all kinds of things you can do, but we have really awesome resources being part of CC. And on the tutor page, I saw Candace Morgan. You are awesome. She made these really cute United States sheets. Oh, there's so many talented people. I'm not this talented. So she made these. I am going to send these to my sub. They can trace and say the words when they get there. To do it 7 times, I was trying to figure out, I don't want to print 7 for each kid. So I'm going to suggest that they use a different colored pencil each time to go around and trace their line in a different color each time. So you could also put them in a page protector or a shop ticket holder so that they could do it with an erasable marker for class. I'm just going to let them do it in pencils and then they can take them home. So again, this was Candace Morgan. It is on the tutor page, and you can find that also in the file section. So for review, I'm just going to let them do Play-Doh. I usually make a playlist of different songs, timeline, history, math, anything that has a song for it right now. I will put our King Things Latin on there, and I'll play through that where they play with the Play-Doh. And then once we finish that, I use my flashcards from CC to go through and ask the science, English, sorry, my brain was dying there, English, and we kind of do Latin and any like math that doesn't have a song or anything like that as we get further into the year. So for our science this week, or science experiment, I wanted to suggest, because we're talking about floating and adding salt to the water, and that when I want to talk about the Dead Sea with them, and there's so much salt in that water that people float so much more easily. I also wanted to maybe discuss Jesus walking on the water and how things float, but they can't just stay up on the water by themselves like Jesus did, and that, you know, he's all powerful, he controls all of that. And also how we're supposed to be the salt of the world, and if we are being salt in the world, we can lift people up, kind of like the salt does for the egg. So anyway, that's all. Sorry this was a longer video, but hopefully we covered everything. Hope you guys have an awesome week. I'll be back next week, Lord willing, with week 16. See you guys later. Bye.